Hello? Anybody home?
Today, I want you to open your mind.
Come to the conclusion that the story is so damning that the mass of people can't deal with it.
We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques to get people actually to love their servitude.
We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, atheistic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.
To change the minds and the attitudes and the beliefs of the people to bring about one world socialist totalitarian government.
The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists.
It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time.
If you can get people to consent to the state of affairs in which they are living, then you have a much more easily controllable society than you would if you were relying wholly on clubs and firing squads and concentration camps.
Tools of conquest do not necessarily come with bombs and explosions and fallout. There are weapons, there's simply thoughts. Prejudices.
As you connect the dots between different people, organizations, religions, history, suddenly the picture starts to form.
The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men.
Someone born in the United States is not more special than someone born in Mexico. They're just vehicles for the consciousness to experience.
They do not want your children to be educated. They do not want you to think too much.
It was learned that the aliens had been and were then manipulating masses of people through secret societies, witchcraft, magic, the occult, and religion.
They reach into our children. Music, television, books.
Prey on children's innocence.
How can I disprove that to see the stamp of an official city?
So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it feels like an altar to an alien god.
Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc is now in the possession of the Army.
Too many others know what's happening out there. And no government agency has jurisdiction over the truth.
Any state, any entity, any ideology that fails to recognize the worth, the dignity, the rights of man, that state is obsolete. A case to be filed under M for Mankind in the Twilight Zone.
About time some of you got acquainted with the real hard truth.
If you don't connect the dots, it's just a mass of what's all this about.
You are listening to the Secret Teachings Radio. I'm your host, Ryan Gable. TSTradio.info is the website. rdgable@yahoo.com is the email. You can also find the show on social media. TSTradio.info has the links to social media as well. If you missed any of our past episodes, you can go into the archive and listen for free or sign up to become a subscriber and get access to the ad-free show archive. I want to welcome everybody in the chat. Too many names to go through individually. A lot of the same listeners, but a lot of maybe new or partially new listeners in the chat room tonight as we welcome a couple of special guests here in just one moment. Some of their fans in the chat as well. Welcome to the Secret Teachings if you are new. Just a very short background of what this show is all about. I've been doing this for 15 years. I have found myself in a number of different fields of interest. I try to approach each subject as objectively as humanly possible. And sometimes I like to have a laugh, and I hope that we can have a laugh tonight. It's actually a pretty serious subject, despite the humor involved in it, because there are abnormal and strange and bizarre things that are unexplained in the world, and there are people that take advantage of that to sell books and courses and outright lies on the internet. And so I like to address those types of things from occasion to occasion, from time to time. And we do that sometimes here on The Secret Teachings. We will welcome our guests right now on The Secret Teachings. We have the folks, the kind gentlemen from Hidden in Plain Sight with us. And I have to ask you guys before we begin the formal introductions to give me a little bit of a background and how did you get started in doing what you do? I know that you don't just cover internet frauds, but how did you find gentlemen get started in all of it?
Well, we started the show sometime in 2019, but we've really kind of focused in on what we call space weirdos. Your David Wilcox and Corey Goods, probably in the last 2 years or so, is where we like switched the show to.
I think when David was walking around in the burlap sack
yes,
outside, we kind of realized like, well, I mean, we can't not keep doing this.
Yes, and going back further from that, the way we found out about like David is we used to work for the same company, and our job was rolling joints, and it was in a warehouse that had no windows. At the time we first started there, it had barely any lights, and we were just kind of forced to do a bunch of tedious work, and we would listen to a bunch of audiobooks or YouTube videos during that. And somehow through that, we came across Ascension Mystery, and
it was our
Synchronicity Key.
It's our One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
We went crazy.
Yes. So we found that led to a subscription to Gaia, which led to the first episode of Cosmic Disclosure, which is the craziest thing I had ever heard at that point, and I was hooked from there.
Yeah, so I don't know how much of my backstory you guys heard on that 7-hour show that I did, but I kind of found David in a similar way, just step by step. I went to a conference. I had heard him online before. I decided I wanted to go to see what this guy was like in person. I experienced the biggest ego I'd ever seen in a human being. Made a comment on that, and then he wrote an article about how he didn't have a big ego. And so I thought, well, now I have to follow this guy. And it kind of unfolded like that.
His ego is really the marvel of the world.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. David is the most humble man I have ever had the pleasure of meeting virtually.
He will brag about how humble he is. But yes, his ego is gargantuan. It's been somewhat humbled by reality, I suppose, over the last few years where everything is falling apart. But there is, I mean, we were just watching his videos before we started this. There's still like that little sinewy bit that is keeping his ego tethered together. He still has faith that he's going to be the guy to turn this planet around.
Well, he's going to get hired by Trump. He's going to be in the Trump administration, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want him to start working for ICE. Dude, David Wilcock rolling up on like a bunch of liberal white women and shooting them in the face. That'd be fucking cool, dude.
That's the natural end point of all this.
Just, you're not speaking English.
Archangel Michael told me to do
it. Archangel Miguel.
Yeah.
You're getting deported, buddy.
Out of here, Miguel.
Yeah.
Hey, ICE probably pays pretty good. He's going to need that pay pretty soon, I think. He needs it right now.
Actually, you can look it up. ICE actually pays really well.
Yeah, there's a reason people are joining.
I would compromise my morals for the signing bonus at ICE.
If I were in Wilcox's position of owing several $1 million, yes, I think that's the point where you got to stop the live streaming and get a real job, or actually, in his case, probably do both.
Well, in David's mind, the real ICE that's problematic is the ice he lives around.
Yes, the literal weather is the ice.
That could also kill you. David once slipped on ice and hurt his ankle and spent like 3 weeks talking about it.
Yeah, his mom also got hurt once, and he used that as some sort of. He used his mom ending up hospitalized to like complain about himself.
Well, she was protesting ICE. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds very similar to, what was it, Corey Good's lawyer or David Wilcox's lawyer. People are dying. The parents are dying. He's dying. Everybody's dying. It's very, very dramatic.
Yes, that's Valerie Yannaro's, Corey Good's lawyer, which every time there was like a delay in the trial or Corey was trying to buy more time, it's just it's like a college kid who's hungover and tells the professor like his grandmother died. He was doing that, except there's only so many relatives that can be sick before it begins.
I do like when she got hit by a car. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
lied about getting hit by a car.
Valerie
did she not get hit by a car? I thought she did get hit.
What she did, but it's not exactly how she makes it seem.
The way she portrayed it, it actually happened relatively close to our apartment, which is a bit bizarre.
Yeah, we investigated the scene,
but I got the police report from it. Her thing, what her and Corey said, is organized crime syndicate like hunted her down and rammed her with a car.
Hell yeah!
What actually happened is someone was making a left turn on a green. Valerie was on her phone and just wandered into traffic, and that's how she got hit. So not quite the Lucchese's
Not an
taking her
organized
out.
crime syndicate.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, we found the guy who hit her. We found his Facebook, and it was just like some black dude from Dallas.
Yeah,
This is in Shinobi or something.
Oh God, what was his name? It was something.
It was a funny name, is all I quite remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back. So you guys said what were you doing? Rolling joints when you first heard David, or what did you say you were doing?
Yes. Well, technically, we had like a joint rolling machine, and then we were responsible for packaging and everything else around that, grinding weed. But yes,
all the ins and outs.
Yes, we ran a cannabis company.
Imagine There Will Be Blood, but two retards doing everything.
There will be bud.
And
but yeah, what years did we do? Like 2015
You
to
guys might want to
20?
trademark that name. Trademark that.
Yeah.
Get that. That's your IP.
Well, yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, we
6
did.
years or so. I don't know.
It's hard to remember.
It was a black hole of time. you know.
Yes.
I like to
was
think the
thinking-
pandemic wiped us.
Yeah, I was thinking that we've got like a whole team of internet people here. So we've got like John Christian Spadavaccia, he's legal. Stephen Cambian's
Yeah.
the journalist. Spooky and Macario are archives. I'm kind of the serious guy with some comedy sometimes. You guys, Harry and Brandon, are like the comic relief with some seriousness. Got a whole nice team together here.
Yes, we have our own version of the Avengers, sort of.
We're a plague upon humanity.
Yes.
So you guys, you have a background in that, and it sounds like such a silly, you said a couple of retarded guys rolling joints. How do you listen to David Wilcock and think this guy's even more retarded than I am? I mean, that's got to be a profound thing to realize.
It turns out when you have unlimited weed, sometimes you get too high.
Well, it's taking its toll. Don't get us wrong. It's taking a toll, brother.
Yes, David has definitely worn us down. But
He is winning the psychic battle right now. He is easily winning. It is not looking good for us.
no, he's really grinding us down here. It's just his continued idiocy. But when we started the show, we weren't necessarily focused on him. We actually started the show. The name is the tagline of the weed company. We had originally created this because there's a bunch of laws surrounding advertising in cannabis. And podcasting, for some reason, is not controlled by
loophole.
Yeah, so we decided to do that, and then through that, the thing is, what we do on the show, where like we're just making fun of David and watching his videos, that's literally what we were doing at work. So it was a very natural transition from like, yeah, that's literally exactly how it went.
Sometimes David doesn't even really matter. He's just kind of there.
Yes, he's kind of
he's just our muse. Sometimes, yeah.
I don't even know if he's actually there. Like his body is there, but his mind is somewhere else.
Yes, he's more of like a shell, a husk.
Well, at least
I call
you
him
guys,
a bottom.
you guys don't look like he's winning the battle. You guys look healthy and well. He looks like he's falling apart. The hair's falling out. The face is really gaunt. He's kind of dissolving and evaporating in real time.
I don't have a hot ex-wife. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's doing all right.
He was doing.
You got to go down
all
there to
right.
the beach. You got to get one of those beach women, homeless beach women.
I don't know if you heard this, but
That's the new trend. This is what the kids are doing.
No, Jay Widener on this show last week had talked about how I guess Beth was some like homeless beach bum, and she heard David lived in Topanga Canyon, just kind of showed up at his door.
The perfect woman.
Yes, it really is perfect.
The perfect woman.
She got
God gives everything to everyone else, yet I'm over here Bethless.
Well, it'll even out in the long run. That's what I tell myself.
I'm gonna kill those Floyds.
Well,
They're gonna get for not coming up on the beach to me.
It takes a while, but you see, karma's a bitch. Karma really does come after you. Look at David, man. It's a rough situation. Do you guys ever feel like in kind of mocking him and making fun of him, although he kind of does that to himself at the same time? Do you guys ever feel bad for like a split second? Sometimes I feel bad for just a moment, and then I realize like, nah, fuck this guy.
I feel bad for him all the time. I love David.
I think it's transitioned more into us feeling bad for him because I kind of think at the original point we started doing this, he was
crushing. That's true. The first few years, I didn't feel bad. Now it's like I need to save David.
Yeah, when we started, David was making literally millions of dollars a year, and he was
developable.
Yeah, he was doing very well. But I think
He doesn't want to be up there. I don't want to be up here doing this, guys.
I don't want to be up here on this fucking camera talking about this shit. But yes, he since his life has completely fallen apart. And I think whatever negative he contributed has probably been balanced out by his horrendous karmic realignment we've seen in the last 2 or 3 years.
We'll find out.
I can't help but feel bad for him, but at the same time, just watching a guy being completely unwilling to take responsibility for his life and continue to ruin it in the dumbest way imaginable, like ruining your life because you want a hover car is the stupidest possible way to blow millions of dollars.
It has to end with David becoming our third chair. We're going to make a ton of fucking money.
Yes, we're going to win him over.
Beth is going to come crawling back to David. It's going to be sick as hell, and that's how this ends. Beautiful fairy tale.
I almost had to cancel the show tonight this morning for me because I couldn't find my my socks. I had blue socks on. I just said I can't do the show like this. But I found the
pajamas.
But what temperature is it? Is it too cold? Is it too cold? Because
actually, you know what? It's funny you say that.
What's the wind like?
It's really cold in here. Actually, it's very cold. I do not have the heat on.
The stream. We can't do it. No, can't do it.
Call it off.
Deep state wins again.
A hint of a breeze.
Nope, too much.
Yes, it's I mean, David doing that stuff. The place he lives is literally known as like Hurricane Hill or something. So the idea
it's Colorado.
The idea
I can't believe I live here.
It's going to be windy. Yeah.
It's like moving to LA and be like the temperature is just too temperate. The climate is too agreeable. I can't do this.
I think he would find something to complain about literally no matter where he lived at this
point. I think he did and he left.
Yeah, he's just that's true. But yes, he will go insane wherever he is. When he was at speaking in California, when he went to film his Levitation movie, he stayed at that one hotel and he had to abandon the hotel because the air conditioning was too loud.
Oh, yeah,
too loud.
Yeah.
The
air was too loud.
You would just levitate to the ceiling where the hot air rises, but
you would think so. If I had magic powers, I would certainly implement them a touch differently than David does. But he is because actually in the Michael prophecies, which I unfortunately subjected myself to all 7 of those, I might be literally the only person who did that. He talks about how he had the power. He was outside and it was windy. And he summoned the power of Archangel Michael and yelled at the wind and it was able to stop it. So all this hullabaloo about the wind is kind of funny because he claims to have the ability to put a stop to it.
You ever seen those videos on Twitter of black people thinking they can control the weather? And it's them doing like a Kamehameha at like tinfoil and it moves.
It's over 9,000.
Oh, look, I told y'all I could do superpower shit. I told y'all I was Goku and it's just fucking some autistic black guy just...
Yeah, a Spider-Man black guy doing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do it. It's just really funny. There's a whole genre of it on TikTok.
Now, from what I understand, the Archangel Michael has abandoned David, though. I mean, we did a 7-hour countdown to midnight on New Year's Eve. We did not ascend. So it appears the Archangel Michael's abandoned him. Maybe that's why he doesn't have the ability to stop the wind.
Well, we were recording an episode before this, and we just saw David said in one of his presentations that he never claimed the Michael prophecies was accurate prophecy.
Yeah,
that was our fault. That was our fault.
I never said that this was real.
Which, by the way, he in the book, I think, or in the lead up to the book, he also sent out like these 40-page emails to kind of pitch the book before it came out. But he did call it the most accurate book of prophecy since the Sibyl of Cumae, which to me sounds like he was claiming it to be accurate.
Cumae.
Yeah.
Did you guys see him hawking those for 7 for 70?
Oh,
great
books?
deal he had on those books. Yeah. I hope you didn't pay full price.
No, thankfully, one of our listeners bought it for us and just sent me the link.
I'm still trying to buy one of these rocks.
Yeah, David.
I wanted one of those rocks too from his house.
Yeah, those rocks seem sick as hell. If I could buy just David's stuff, that'd be pretty cool.
Those purple flowers that he likes so much in his backyard.
I'll pay a pretty penny for those pajamas, buddy.
I think the flowers
you signed like a game used jersey.
You talked about him wearing the burlap sack. I think those purple flowers in the video, David did a series of like wildlife videos where he was Lord of the Squirrels.
It's his best content.
He was teaching them English. It was a whole crazy thing. But at one point, his hand enters the screen. You just see like a burlap sack on it. But he was planting food for the squirrels, and I think that was those beautiful purple flowers he constantly talks about.
Well, I mean, he is going to be the lord of them. You need to
Or
provide.
king, I don't remember.
You need to provide for your legion every now and then.
They were paying him too.
Yeah, they were leaving him nuts.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever get upset when you see a guy with, you see this David Wilcock guy and you see his house, this multi-million-dollar house, heated floors, you see the place that he lives, it's so beautiful. And this guy has just destroyed it. There's like mold in the hot tub. His clothes are ripped. The house is destroyed. There's piss in the bathtub and he's pissing in the sink now. He had said that on the live stream. I mean, it kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Part of me, like the normal part of me, is upset, but honestly, I'm just so blown away by a complete idiot's ability to get that type of lifestyle.
I'm just inspired by it. Yeah.
So as like a complete fucking idiot was able to ascend to the heights. He had TV shows, multiple TV shows, best-selling books. So it is kind of fitting they didn't know how to take care of the possessions he earned through his through sheer luck.
I mean, in every country but America, David is a burden and embarrassment to his family.
He would be institutionalized.
He would be thrown off a high cliff as a child, and we would pretend he never existed.
Maybe that's what Monkey Hill was.
They tried. Yeah, his fucking mother tried to do the Trojan thing, and it was like, he's gay, and fucking threw him off a cliff. And then he crawled back like the hunchback from 300.
I got to say that the most disturbing thing I wanted to ask you guys this. What's the most disturbing thing you've heard him say? I got to say it's the video I watched, and I saw you guys do a commentary on it where he was attacked by a bee. And I thought it was like a little bit of an exaggeration at first, and then he just went on and on about it for like 45 minutes about this bee, that it was sent to harass him.
Yes, I believe it wasn't just a bee. I think
hornet.
It was the literal devil.
Yes,
manifesting. So.
I mean,
my bad. Yes, it wasn't a normal bee.
Yes,
it's never normal.
It was nothing normal could happen to him. It's always the greatest possible version of anything. There's so many.
There's honestly, there really are so many at this point. I mean, sneaking up on yogurt, mostly just because
the yogurt one. Yeah, it's alive.
Well, it's just like the most manic I've ever seen another human being.
Yes, of course there's Banana Sandwich, which was
a great all-timer.
Really, he had like a month-long run before he disappeared for 2 years, where there was actually a point where I said we got to stop like covering him because
the Lord of the Squirrels thing was like genuinely like, I think something's wrong.
Yeah, well, that's what I came to. I was like, this is just this is like a really unwell, sick person. I feel bad mocking him. And then he came back and I got over
Well, then he was gone for 2 years. And we're like, fuck, what do we do, man? We lost David.
You guys need content like I do.
Exactly.
This is our long bet with David. Is lol cows are very big on the internet. They're the biggest thing right now. They get tons of views. David, in his essence, is actually just a lol cow. UFOs are now secondary to anything David does. And we're just holding out that if the greater population discovers David Wilcock, we're going to really cash in.
I think he's destined for a Chris Chan like stardom.
No one has ever deserved it more than David Wilcock.
And the funny thing is, he talks about repeatedly, in fact, I think he told Jay Widener this at one point, that he was going to be the most famous person of all time. More famous than the Beatles, I think is what it says in the book, who were pretty famous as I understand it.
We are but Paul and Mark following around our Jesus.
So I think he may get like kind of a monkey paw wish thing where he's going to become incredibly famous, but it's going to be as a monumental idiot, which is the last thing he wants.
And that'll be great for us, which is what's important.
Yes, money in the bank.
I mean, that actually is in a serious sense. My background is in like theology, mythology, and stuff like that. And in all the stories, when you make a deal with the devil, you might get what you want, but it's not exactly what you thought it was. So he's going to be famous, just not for the right reasons.
Oh, it's a fantastic Faustian bargain.
Yes,
yeah,
it really is.
It really, if you created like a modern version of Faust and it was just some dude who's like, I want to be iShow Speed. And then they just turn into fucking, Chris Chan on the internet. Like, hey, you're going to be pretty famous, but you're going to fucking hate why.
Yes.
Oh my God. We should write a play like a David Wilcock Faustian bargain with the Archangel Michael.
Oh, I would do a documentary on David. I'd bring him to Broadway, the theater. I would do improv comedy based around him.
That's my sincere hope. Is David, some time ago, before the Depression had really entirely enveloped him, he had pitched the idea of becoming a stand-up comedian.
Oh, yeah.
And there is
I didn't know that. He did?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he did.
He,
That's
at
one I
one
didn't
point,
know.
he was studying Whose Line Is It Anyways to like learn how to become a
Good
joke
study.
artist.
Good study. Good
Yes.
study. Love that show.
But I don't know what caused him to abandon that. I think that's when he was smoking a lot of weed and he was doing his characters, so he thought he was funnier.
I think his comedy comes and goes with how high he is, to be
Yes.
honest with you, which is why he should never be sober.
No, we're encouraging him to relapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I saw that one video where he's just every episode he's so depressed, but life's so great. And then he goes and takes a bathroom break and he comes back and he's got the character. So he definitely went and got high.
Yeah,
It's very
It's
clear in the
great.
video.
It's one of my favorite ongoing wink wink bits.
And for some reason, he keeps trying to say he's sober, even though sometimes he comes back on stream with bloodshot eyes. So I guess maybe he's crying in the bathroom, but yeah, he looks very stoned.
The first time I heard Angry Daddy, I thought this is very concerning because first of all, I didn't actually think it was that funny. And then I realized, oh, this is his actual dad telling him what he thinks of him. And then he's repeating that on a live stream.
Yes, it's like his subconscious coming to the forefront, which is why I enjoy it so much. Because Angry Daddy, a year and a half ago, it was just he was saying silly things. But as David's situation has gotten more dire, Angry Daddy kind of keeps coming out with like good advice. Yeah, like really reasonable stuff. Like you should move into a smaller house or get a job.
Get a job.
Stop doing things on the internet. Get a nice.
Yeah. David, can you stop being so fucking weird on the internet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
What's
I
weird
think
is because his chat room backs him up. So he's like, why don't you get a real job, son? And his chat room's like, don't listen to him. Don't listen to your dad.
I don't know if anyone has been as audience captured as David is right now. He's fucking trapped.
Yes, he's kind of stuck trying to please the same 6 people who give him a total of like $1,000.
Well, he's not even trying to please them. He's just a clapping seal. They love it. Every time he does it, they're fucking, hell yeah, dude.
He bans any dissent, which is why I think his numbers are down significantly in the last month or so. Is I think when he switched his mods from being the paid mods, whether or not that was actually a thing, to the volunteers. The volunteers are ruling with an iron fist, which is where David sits.
I think his audience is kind of like Asian tourists at like Disneyland.
Yes.
They want to go to Indiana Jones and see the ball roll and they can clap and fucking
do Angry Daddy.
They're going to go visit Winnie the Pooh. It's all the same thing.
Let's talk about the whim.
They love it. They got sandals, high socks. They're ready to go.
The Alliance.
Their little flag they use to meet up. They're crushing.
I'm concerned for his audience too, because I've listened to some of them where there was a guy, you might remember this. There's a guy who said, he's like, I'm in my van living in the McDonald's parking lot. And David's like, all right.
Yeah.
Just kind of moves on.
He has no empathy because he's kind of like a toddler in that like there's some sort of emotional object permanence that he lacks. But like unless something affects him directly, he doesn't care. So it's like, yeah, sure, you may be broke, but please send me more money.
Well, we also didn't know for a while because the super chats are kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
But we didn't know for a while how like destitute most of the people are sending him money.
That was kind of revealed. It seems like a lot of these people are getting a paycheck from the government.
Yeah, they're like veterans or on like disability sending all this fucking money to David.
Yeah, dude, you're right. And in fact, I've actually seen that at conferences too. I've seen conferences where there's people that can't afford the hotel. So they're like, if they're sleeping or living in their car, and then they're going to these talks by people like David and they're spending hundreds of dollars on tickets, but it's very concerning.
Some of those people gave insane amounts of money to Corey and David too. I mean, Corey got a brand new Mercedes out of it at one point, but some of these people, I'm not gonna say their name because they're litigious, but they were giving them thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, and it was all under the guise of like, this is furthering the goal, this is how we get to ascension. Ascension always has a dollar value tacked to it.
Well, and they should be signing up for our Patreon is where that money should be going.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Why can't we get some of these people to follow
respectfully for $3.33 you can actually support a much better cause.
Maybe we should just say we're going to bring about ascension.
I just want to go to one of these conferences because I hear it's just nothing but sex and drugs. It sounds pretty sick from what we hear.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah,
Well, what are we doing, man? What the fuck am I doing?
You have gone to these conferences. We have yet to step foot in one. So give us the rundown.
Where are the CIA floozies trying to recruit me?
I think they stay away from people like us. I know I've been to a lot of these conferences. I don't even know what to tell you guys. It's I don't participate in it. But when you go and you watch some of these people, like I don't know if you guys know much about Jimmy Church, but you watch the Jimmy Churches, you watch David Wilk. Most of these guys don't even leave their hotel rooms. First of all, they just stay up there. They don't congregate with the people that are paying to come see them. It's a good time, though. You should definitely go. You can't. It's the good old days are over, though. When I used to go, you could go see David. You could watch him do like a hand gesture. And then they would pull someone out of the audience who he didn't like in there, and they would like physically remove them from the audience. I got to see some of that firsthand. They pulled this old woman out of the audience. She's like, I paid for this ticket. And she's trying to take notes. And David's like,
dude, that's such a power move. Like, get this old broad out of here.
She's harshing my vibe.
She didn't laugh at Angry Daddy. Fucking kill this bitch.
Yeah, beat it.
Yeah.
You guys need to go to Contact in the Desert or something. You got to get a ticket, press pass.
We really should, if they weren't so expensive these days.
Well, if floozies are part of the price, I will reconsider that price.
Yeah, perhaps again the Patreon. Maybe we take all the money and just spend it on floozies.
We can be the roast masters of Contact in the Desert.
I'm not sure they'd be fans of that.
I think we can make a pitch.
The nice thing is the community kind of has turned on David and Corey. So when we first started this, everyone fucking hated what we were doing, and now it's kind of come around a bit. Which
the chickens have come to roost, as they say.
Well, you know, a lot of this stuff at Contact in the Desert deteriorated because I don't know if you guys heard the audio. I interviewed Emery Smith one year, and he admitted to me that it was Corey Good and Jordan Sather that did a lot of the doxing. And then I went up to Jordan Sather at that event, and I asked him, I said, this QAnon stuff, this is fake. This deep state stuff, I'm pretty sure this is all fake. And I started asking him hard questions. David Wilcott called that terrorism. And then Jordan Sather accused the conference. He said Contact in the Desert hired me to harass them. So they were not any longer allowed back at Contact in the Desert because of that.
Well, they can actually hire us to harass people. We will gladly do that.
Yes, we're hired guns, like an old West sort of thing.
I'd be doing a power hour with Jordan Sather's bleach water. I'd be fucking knocking one of those back once a minute until I die on stage.
It seems like Jordan has kind of tried to remove himself from this. Everyone is giving him a pass for some reason.
He'll always be one of Corey's
what's the deal with that?
What's
the people are giving him a pass?
I think people are too eager to I think some people still look at the people as like celebrities within this space, and I think sometimes when they get proximity to the celebrities, they kind of lose that harder edge they maintain when that person's not actually physically within their sort of community. So I'm not a fan of Jordan Sather. I will make that clear. I've made it clear many a time. But
I'm a fan of his sick-ass jacket.
Yes, his leather jacket, rumble streams. But he was part of all this bullshit. I haven't really heard him properly apologize for his role in all this. So until such a time, he can fuck himself.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I said that on a recent show. I completely agree with you. I was also thinking, I was wondering too if we could, in all seriousness, if we could set up like a comedy thing at a Contact in the Desert. I've been wanting to do that. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, I won't say his name, but he's a pretty popular guy. He went up on stage with Jimmy Church at Contact in the Desert 2 or 3 years ago. And he almost did like a stand-up set, but he didn't intend to. He just was kind of pissed off with the way that things were. You guys know Laura Eisenhower?
Oh, yes. No, of her.
Yeah.
So he gets on stage, and they said Jimmy Church was introducing him, and he said, hey, it's nice to have you here. And he said, I wish I could say the same thing about you, Jimmy. And Jimmy was kind of taken back by that. And then he said, well, how do you like Contact in the Desert? And my friend, he gets the microphone, and he says, well, it's pretty great. I have a lot of good memories here, but one person who doesn't have any memories is Laura Eisenhower, is because she's always, at the bar. And that killed. It killed. So I think the comedy hour would do good.
Oh, if you let us do that, it'd be a roaring good time.
Yes, we do kind of have plans to do something similar at a show in March or something, the one in Florida.
Something.
But yes, we are going to be doing kind of a roast of Stephen Greer and David and Corey and all that stuff.
Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, let me ask you this about Corey Good. How did you guys find him? Was it through David? Was it through Gaia when you started watching Gaia, or did you hear about him before?
I think it was
part of David's when he used to use like 4-hour videos.
Those two, but I think it was really the first episode of Cosmic Disclosure is where he became
that, and I think the conference talks were big.
Yes, that was something else we used to watch. Is all like the bootleg conference tapes that found their way to YouTube. So he was part of that back when he's still terrible at public speaking, but back then he was especially terrible.
So bad, dude. Oh my God,
he's awful. It's awful. I can't believe the kind of stuff these guys say in court too. Like David Wilcock in I think the first thing that I saw that he was in court, he told the judge that his computer was going to explode. Did you guys read that one?
Yes, the battery is overheating. Did you read the documents that came out yesterday?
The recent ones.
Yes, there were some crazy. There was David wearing a wire under threat of Gaia suing him for $10 million. Corey said David wrote a 1,000-page FBI report and submitted it, and he accused Jay Widener of threatening Corey with a gun. And then they also accused Gaia and Emery Smith of selling ketamine.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's interesting because Jay Widener told me that when one of the times he had dinner with Corey Good threatened him and he said it was really kind of ominous. He picked up I think it was a cell phone, and he said, "I can kill somebody with this phone." And he told that to Jay.
Damn, that's fucking. See, I'd go to these conferences and I'd just be telling people shit like that.
Yes, that I'm going to kill.
I'd be walking up to people at the mixer after the speeches, and I'd be like, "Fucking kill you with my cell phone right now," and then I just leave.
I think Corey is one of the clearest examples of he accuses everyone else of stuff he himself does. So I fully believe that.
Yeah. Well, you know what I wanted to do at one of these conferences too, and I saw somebody do it one time, and it freaked a lot of people out. Is you just come dressed like a Men in Black. You got the suit on, fedora, and just stand in the background. And these paranoid people will just freak out. Hey, man, the feds are here. They're watching us. The CIA's here. The Men in Black's here. They're disappearing people. People just lose it. They're really
the fun
paranoid.
part is, speaking of which, people kind of like ourselves, we are very regularly accused of being FBI or CIA agents because of what we do. So it would really play into that.
Dude, I'd come with a fake badge. I'd start arresting people. I'd talk to some people in the crowd, be like, "We're gonna WWE this," and I would George Floyd someone in the crowd. I'd fucking be kneeling on him.
That'd be fun. There are a lot of super soldiers there. They should theoretically be able to fight back.
I would challenge every single super soldier to a push-up competition because I don't think any of them can do more than like 10.
No, they're all fat.
They're all fat. It's the best. It's my favorite thing about the super soldiers is I look at every single one of them now and I go, do 10 push-ups, dude. Yeah. Do 10 push-ups right now.
I'll tell you, there's one guy who definitely could do 10 push-ups. That's Ishmael Perez. What do you guys know about him?
Persian?
People have been telling me to check out Ishmael Perez for some time, but I have not yet.
This guy is like the Hulk. He is huge. He's jacked. He's like Gaston. Was it Gaston or Gustav from Beauty and the Beast?
Gaston.
Yes. Gaston. This guy's huge. And he just goes to, I saw him in Vegas at a conference, and all he's doing is trolling for ass. That's all he's doing.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
fucking sick, dude. That's fucking cool as hell.
We have been saying for some time for the super soldier grift to be convincing, you really should have some sort of base level of fitness.
Well, you got to just do steroids. You have to.
That is the move.
We had the presidential fitness test in high school. You'd think that the secret space program has some standard.
Well, we used to, and I think Barack Obama got rid of it because fat kids couldn't do it anymore.
Make ketchup vegetables or something. But if I were them, I would at least come up with the excuse that because of the change in gravity from my off-planet visits to now I can't do it because of bone death. There's ways you can get around it, but a lot of these guys, I think, are too stupid to come up with kind of cogent storylines.
My whole career, I've done this for 15 years. I've done a lot of big shows. I've been a guest in a lot of places. I've been to conferences. I've been on panels. I've actually been on I was on a panel with James Rink, the guy that recently passed away.
R.I.P. dude. R.I.P. Our guy. He's fucking hip hop dancing in heaven right now.
He does, man. He loves dancing.
Yeah, dude, we have rest now, brother. We have the watch. We'll see you in Valhalla.
Yes, that was unfortunately it was like a week before he died, but someone just sent me a link to James's Instagram. They're like, you have to look at this, and then I've been obsessed with it ever since.
It's one of the best developments, and how they didn't have him doing that at conferences is beside me.
Yes,
they actually have a dance segment set aside at Contact in the Desert where people go dance to music. But I never saw him in there doing that. He likes to get down too. Maybe he has like a private dance party.
Yes, he goes to the real.
It's
club.
invite only. Yeah,
that's a private one. So, I'm thinking about this panel I was on. I had James Rink was up there. Ishmael Perez was there. I think Laura Eisenhower was there, and she really does not like me because I've asked her for proof about her Aquafarian. I don't know. You guys know about the electric wars that were fought 5 million years ago. I asked her about all that.
Sounds awesome.
Were they fought over electricity, or was it electric people fighting?
I'm not exactly sure about that. That's a great question. She said Aquafarians, and I thought that's probably like one of the water bottle races, and there's the Dasanians and the Gatoradites. But I'm on this panel, and they were asking. It was in Vegas, and they were asking questions about like reptilians. And I said, you know what I think the reptilian thing is? I think it's like the reptilian brain. It's the idea of the serpent in the dark. It's archetypical. And people just looked at me like, what's this guy talking about? And then they go down the panel and like, I fought reptilians on Mars. And people are like, yeah, woo. Yeah. I thought, you know what? It's just a lost cause. There's no reason to even be up here trying to inject any sanity into this audience.
It does feel sometimes like kind of pissing into the wind.
I would be going woman to woman at these conferences going, I killed so many lizards on Mars.
Well, dude, that's what I learned too. When this conference, this was one of the last panels they had, and when the panel was over, there's a whole bunch of women that just ran to the stage, and I thought, are one of these people actually going to talk to me? I've never had that happen at a conference before, and they all went over to the reptilian guy, and I thought, you know what? If I was trying to pick up women, that's all I have to do. Just tell people I fought reptilians on some other planet.
Oh, I'd be saying the most insane shit at this.
Yeah, I have a Medal of Honor on Mars. Or something.
I actually run the world.
Yes, I'm actually in a different timeline. I'm actually the president.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but I'm actually pussy crusher of the world. It's a formal title.
Do you think these reptilian people? I had a completely different view before we started doing the show about, like, if someone had asked me before we started doing the show, do you think these reptilian people are lying or schizophrenic? I probably would have said they're just lying, but as we've covered it more, I've kind of started to believe these people really believe this.
I'd believe it more if they were all Chinese. That's easier to sell.
I think they're schizophrenic. I think that there's a lot of paranoia, and that, and also most of these people have been molested. That's what I've.
That's a sad side.
An unfortunate reality. They do kind of all have that trauma that seems to manifest.
Oh, there's many a super soldier who I think got buggered in their youth.
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that a lot of these people, like going back to David, all the stories he would tell are so sort of fantastical. He had a dream about like breaking into some military base with a gun, but when it comes time for the molestation, it was just some guy put him in his car and like drove him into an alley and went at it. Which
nothing else happened.
That's
nothing else happened.
That doesn't sound like a super soldier. That sounds like you were kidnapped and raped.
That sounds like a super predator.
Yes.
We might be onto something here. We could probably do like an entire psychoanalysis evaluation of these people and come up with some new like condition, new mental disorder. This could be a whole new field. The people that are molested and then they immediately revert to some kind of childhood behavior that's associated with like alien abductions. I wonder if there's anything like that in the actual scientific literature or the medical literature.
I am curious about that because it does, like, there are a lot of similarities in these stories, and it would make sense to me that something severely traumatic might kind of produce this sort of fracturing. Why it would be aliens, I'm not sure, but I've talked to several people who have claimed to either be lizard people or have worked with lizard people, and there have been several of them where I came away thinking like they're not trying to lie to me. They're trying to convey the truth to me, which I never would have expected.
You know what?
Some people enjoy that.
James Rink was actually, I think, one of those people. Say what you want about him, but when I was sitting next to him at the conference, I had made a comment about black goo in pop culture, and he was dead serious. He's like, yeah, man, I seen the black goo, the pink goo, the green goo, and he had a whole list of this goo, and he was dead serious.
He's seen all the goos. There's no goo. You're going to get past James.
Yeah, he's a goo master.
Did he? I'm a goo man. Did he show you his cube? His cube is pretty cool.
He's the owner of the neodymium time cube.
Yeah. You know what? It crossed James. Do you think he left that to someone in his will?
I think it's buried with him.
I hope so. I hope, like a pharaoh, he took it with him.
Yes.
Oh my God, Stephen Greer. You brought up Stephen Greer, so give me an assessment of Mr. Greer.
Have you ever seen an albino monkey?
Because that's exactly, he looks like a hairless albino chimp.
If you Google one, you'll know what he looks like.
He's going to tell you that monkey will tell you about CE5.
Yeah,
I had
an albino chimp in a white lab coat.
Yeah, there you go. You Grok could make that for you right now, and it would just be Stephen Greer.
The very sort of first few times I heard from Stephen Greer, he came across as like more respectable than Corey or David. Not that that's a high bar to clear, but the more I kind of heard what he had to say, I kind of realized this guy is fucking crazy, but he's just kind of, he knows to hide his power level, they say.
He makes a good documentary. I'll put it that way.
Yes, he also knows how to sell those documentaries.
Yeah.
You know, I got a story for you about Stephen Greer. So, well, actually two stories, part of the same conference. So I went to a conference and a friend of mine wanted to see Stephen Greer. Her name's Teresa. She's probably listening tonight. So she went into his event. And it was outside, and they had it kind of roped off. And if you had a pass, you could get into anything. I had a press pass, so I walked into it, and they tried to stop me. They said, "No, you have to pay to get in here." I said, "No, I'm press." They said, "I have access to everything." So after a little bit of an argument, I get in there, and this guy's selling like $5,000 lasers to contact the Palladians and stuff like that. That's a good job, selling lasers to people and night vision goggles. So after that, I was sitting. You guys know Jim Mars, who passed away many years ago?
No, I'm not familiar.
So he was a real journalist in Texas. He was an award-winning journalist, and he wrote externally. And I think maybe later in life, he more so focused on like UFOs, aliens, paranormal things. He wrote a really good book about UFOs, like the history of mythology of it. Jim Mars was a cool guy. He was a good friend of mine, and he was really popular at these events. But the people like David Wilcock and others did not like him. And I found out from his assistant why they didn't like him, because he documented the things that he said. They didn't. So they didn't like him that much. So the point is, and the story goes, I was sitting with his assistant and him at one of these conferences, and he has to get up to go to one of his talks. So him and his assistant asked me, because we knew each other really well. They said, "Can you watch Jim's books on the table?" I said, "Sure, no problem. I'll watch them." So we're sitting, and they gave Jim the premier table. So he's like right at the main entrance where all the traffic's going, the foot traffic. And here comes Stephen Greer. And I'm not shitting you. Stephen Greer comes up. He's got bodyguards. These guys are jacked. They're dressed like Junior from Reno 911. They've got bulletproof vests on the outside. And they kind of muscle their way into the hallway here, so they're kind of blocking everything. And Greer just completely looks over me like I don't exist, and he's like, "All right, yeah, we're going to use this table." Now there's books all over it, right? It's Jim's table,
right?
And Stephen Greer just puts his fucking hand on the table and just fucking pushes all the books off.
Power move, dude! What a power move!
Alpha male.
I mean, of course, he's coming with two hot, jacked dudes with him, as we've learned about Dr. Greer.
Yes, we've learned about his sucking and fucking, as he says.
And they got their fingers on the earpieces like their Secret Service.
I bet they had their fingers on something else.
It is. I think part of that with like the security thing, I think that's just Greer selling an image. Like having security makes people think like, oh, this guy needs security because he knows top secret things about Grindr or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's Grindr. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what it is. Because when I was like, I said, "What are you doing? This is Jim Mars's table. I'm watching it for him." He said, "Well, we need a place to set up this serious documentary stuff." I said, "Well, they can give you a table. This is Jim's table. But as I'm getting confrontational with him and his security guards, you know, they don't have guns, but they've got like a baton or something that they go for the baton. They got their fingers. It's all a production.
Very masculine. Very masculine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all a production. Emery Smith used to do that too. He used to wear the Reno 911 style junior vest. He'd wear it on the outside on stage. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
That's honestly, dude, the more I learn about Emery, the cooler he gets.
It sort of seems like Emery was just really fucking drunk or high for a long time. He was just kind of improving all this stuff.
It sounds fucking awesome, dude.
I can really relate to that.
Dude, just fucking drinking vodka and taking perks, be like, yeah, I fucking dissected a bunch of aliens.
He has one of the funniest things I have ever heard, which is he was sleeping with a woman named Hofit Kim Cohen, who's now like a trad wife on Instagram or something.
Hell yeah.
But he told her that she could not spend the night at his house because there were aliens in the basement and she couldn't see them.
Yeah.
Which the balls to even try that fine, to be like, no, you got to beat it, because
let alone pull it off.
Yeah, there's a bunch of blue aliens in the basement.
No, the aliens are gonna be back soon.
Yeah, the orbs are coming.
Your Uber's here. The aliens are gonna be ready, man. You gotta fucking leave.
When I asked him about that dissection, he said he was very serious. He said, actually, David Wilcott claimed that I dissected 3,000 aliens. What I actually did was I looked at 3,000 tissue samples. That's a lot different than 3,000 species. So he clarified that they were tissue samples.
Well, that's our David.
Yeah, that's on David. He has kind of gotten cooler, because he's got those, like, he's got the light up glasses. He's got the glow in the dark radiated vials of weird liquids that he's selling.
That's
his potions, dude. His potions are awesome. Yeah,
that's aquafarium. That's what he calls that. That $700 water. He calls it like aquafarium nano water or something.
The sex potions are awesome.
Yeah, the sex potions.
$69.99.
Yeah. Which, again, I think that goes back to the theory. Maybe the thing about ketamine is not so far off, because some of these ideas seem like ketamine ideas.
I want some ketamine potion. This is what I'm talking about, buddy.
If I can get that for $69, I'll take it.
I think he's selling $400 or $500 rocks on his website. You know what? I was watching your show and I was thinking, I hope these guys do an Emery Smith website analysis. I got to find that episode. And it must have been the spirits. It must have been maybe the Archangel Michael. I clicked on the episode, and that was the episode you guys analyzed it. I was like, holy shit, they found the sex liquid.
I mean, let alone, first of all, his co-host is a star.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. That's how big a star he is.
That's
his name.
I am blanking on his name, but that guy ruled.
It was like Ryu or something.
It was I think it was Ryan, but it was spelled kind of Chinese-ish. It was a weird spelling of the name, but that guy ruled. I think Emery, now that he's just free to just be a fucking bumbling drunken idiot, where he doesn't have to like really keep up a facade, be like, yeah, I'm a fucking doctor. He's much better at the role.
That is the problem with the initial sort of thing, is he had to put on like this air of respectability to be a doctor and have done the dissections, until he eventually became a super soldier when they started running out of plot points. But
he's like a sixth man. He comes off the bench for the rest of these guys.
Yeah, he's Bobby Jackson.
Yeah, he's a role player, you know.
Well, I saw that one, I think it was on the same video with that Ryan or Rion guy. They showed, you guys had, Emery Smith turned his camera and you saw his house. It looked real rough. Like, it looked like he was living in a trailer, like a single bed and a couple of big dogs.
It looked like a sober living facility.
It did. Now, if I didn't know he was clearly not sober, I would say the same thing. But it looked like where every divorced dad first moves into.
Yes, it is. It is a starter apartment.
Yeah.
I just thought, this guy is waking up every day in this little shitty hole in the wall, and he's probably crossing his fingers and checking his emails, just hoping somebody bought the Aquafarian liquid. I hope someone bought the liquid.
One potion and rent is paid. It is
pay my rent.
It's sort of amazing that literally every single person involved in this cosmic disclosure thing has just blown all the money. These guys made way more money than they had any right to, and every single one of them is broke.
Well, they're like professional athletes who go through all their money in 3 years.
They went Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Corey Good. I remember him saying something about how he took legal advice from the Blue Avians. So maybe they're also giving like accounting advice.
Yes, that would make sense.
You should have taken it from the Jewish aliens, if you're being honest.
The Canonians, as Carrie Cassidy calls
You
them.
don't want a tax write-off there, fella?
Bark, bark.
Oh God, Carrie Cassidy. I don't even know what to think about her. That woman she is next
Hot as
level.
hell. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we really appreciate Carrie, not necessarily for her interview style or anything, but she really has been a platform for the craziest of the crazy. If there's a nut job out there, there's a very good chance.
Yeah, she's important.
Yes, that they will appear on. Well, she's the one. She outed Corey. That was her doing. She doxed him.
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
right.
well, that too.
Oh,
but
yeah, sorry.
Someone told me one time, they said, Ryan, you got to stop asking questions at these conferences. You got to stop doing shows on these people because Carrie's never going to let you on her show. So that's all right. I'm not trying to get on Camelot.
We are.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Carrie. Hit me up, girl.
She put everything behind a paywall, which is very annoying.
Well, the psychic took all her money. She needs money, dude.
What was that? Sean David Morton.
You guys are, oh my God. You know what? Sean David Morton, the guy that defrauded the IRS, I hosted his show one time when he was on the run. Yeah. They said, we need someone to host this show. So I hosted his show while he was on the run from the IRS.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
I didn't even know he had a show.
Hey, we're gonna need you to fill in. This guy is trying to cheat his taxes.
He's on the lam.
We got Sean David Morton on the line. He's in Mexico right now.
Yes, you just hear helicopter whirring and speedboats in the background.
So anyway, Sean David, what was I going to say? Oh, so this Vegas conference I went to, there's a guy that I've seen him at every conference. He's the guy that he doesn't just claim to channel something. He claims to actually be the god Ra. Have you ever heard of this guy? He's like Arcturus Ra. He doesn't just channel Ra. He's like, I am Ra. Sitting here right now, I am Ra.
That's
everybody wants to be Ra these days. Can't we pick a new deity?
I gotta write that name down so I can look it up after this.
I'd want to be a cooler deity. I'd be like, I'm Ashura, dude.
Oh yeah, he's got an Instagram and everything.
I would be a Japanese deity.
That's a very bold move.
That's what I said. That I'm living in Japan. I don't know if you guys knew that, and I study the mythology. But if you say that, nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Everybody knows Ra and the Archangel Michael. But if you're like, I'm gonna be just name some kind of random goddess or I'm gonna be a kappa. It's like a water spirit here. Nobody knows the
frogs, right? The frogs, dude. They're the frog spirits. I'm right. Everyone can Google this. I'm fucking right.
You watch anime.
I watch cartoons, dude. I know.
That Crunchyroll. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, dude. I'm gonna get Naruto powers. That's what I'm gonna do.
So if we can learn anything from these guys, it's basically the crazier you are, the more money you make, the more women you pick up, the more drugs you get. I went to a Jimmy Church party one time. It wasn't intentional. They just said, hey, do you want to come over? And we got everybody there at the event. And I'm not a drinker. I've never actually done drugs in my life. People think I'm a downer. But I went to this party and I have never seen so much alcohol in my life. And Jimmy Church is in there talking about snorting cocaine. And someone was filming it. Dude, someone was filming it, and Jimmy was talking about doing a line. And he's like, hey, turn that camera off. I told you not to have cameras on here.
Dude, doing coke with Jimmy Church would be so fucking cool.
Oh my God.
Blackout.
Dude, that would rule. I'll do coke with Jimmy Church right now, brother. Where are our invites?
It kind of makes sense. I don't know a lot about Jimmy Church, but I know he's a fan of playing the guitar. So that, cocaine and the guitar kind of go hand in hand.
Anybody that likes to riff that much is doing a little of the booger sugar.
Anyone who talks to David that much is going to have to do some cocaine at some point.
Yeah, did you guys know that I confronted him about David and Corey at that Vegas conference? Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't.
Is that? Wait, there was a video that circulated where is the audio from are you holding your phone or is it in your pocket or something? I kind of remember.
Yeah,
okay, I do. I didn't know that was you. I didn't know that was you, but I do recall hearing that audio at some point.
Yeah, I did that with Emery and I did it with Jimmy. And I asked him about Corey and David and all that. The long story short is that he had his security team physically assault me You can actually hear it on the audio. Jimmy was accusing me of being negative. I said, it's not negative, Jimmy. I said, making up fake stories for money is negative. So he says, hold on a second. And he goes and gets security, and the security comes over. They physically grab my press pass. He's like, we've got reports. The guy actually sits on the audio. He's like, we got reports. There's a lot of negativity going on here. And he rips the press pass.
They can call the police for that.
He was fucking up the vibes.
We got reports of negativity on the premises. We're going to need the FBI.
Yeah, we need the vibe cops here.
That was one of the craziest experiences I ever had. We got a report of negativity, and then they ripped the badge.
I didn't even get kicked out for that.
Yeah, I think all these people, for all the light and love they preach, they don't really display that empathy you would expect from it. They're very sensitive and have incredibly fragile egos.
Yeah.
Yep, no doubt about that. In fact, I think with Jimmy is, I know his background. He did a little bit of extramarital activity. And I think when that happened, I think it really fell apart for him. And if he admits that he was conning people, I think his whole career would be in the shitter. It already probably pretty much is there. But I've always said my favorite part of his show was when it fades to black. And,
I only ever listened to him for when David and Corey would go on, or the great episode that I can't find anymore, where Corey was supposed to show up and then he was poisoned in the airport or something. It later turns out he had alcohol poisoning from drinking too much.
Oh, did Corey have alcohol poisoning on one occasion too? Like Emery?
That is the rumor, that Corey may have had a few too many drinks on the airplane.
As one does.
And missed it. But David subbed in for him on that episode, and he told like the craziest story I've ever heard. This was really when they were in the swing of things. It was something about like Corey went to Oumuamua with the space Mayans.
Yeah, they flew the rocks.
Yes, and he killed the space Marines.
Yeah.
The space Mayans are just Mexicans in space. That's all it is.
It's Mexicans in space. Yeah, it's the best.
They came to his house too, I think, in the documentary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The stories he used to tell are, I kind of miss it. Like everything was so fantastical, and now like they got burned on that. So I think they're a bit
the deposition really took the steam out of everything.
It certainly didn't help him.
Yeah.
Well, I had the space. I told my audience I had space Aztecs visit me, but nobody gave me any money. So
you're not doing it right. That's
you got to make a comic book.
Yeah, you got to do a shitty comic.
My God, I forgot this. I have received through back channels. Corey published the first 20 chapters of his graphic novel.
Ooh,
is it finally out?
No, and hopefully for he should pray it never comes out. It is the worst written thing I've ever come across. I thought it was supposed to be a children's book because of how poorly it was written, but then there's like a bunch of swearing in it too. So it's a story about a guy who works at a weed dispensary. Yes, and then he finds out that he's like a super soldier. But the pacing of it is just AI would have done a better job. ChatGPT could write a better book.
Those giant Corey Good hands over his kid.
Yes.
That one creeped me out.
They were great, dude. I loved the artwork personally.
Yeah, that was the original. That was the first graphic novel. This is like a separate story, but he did use AI imaging on that, which led to very awkward proportions for him throughout the novel. Like from one page to the next, he would fluctuate 50 to 100 pounds.
It's kind of like SpongeBob, where he's got something in his body and his eyes get real big, then his nose gets big, his arm gets big. That's what the graphic novel looked like. I didn't see the other one, the new one. I just saw that I paid $5 so his kids could have food, and I watched it and commented on it, and it was so bad. That documentary was awful. It's horrible.
Well,
it's one of the worst things I've ever watched.
I don't think his kids need any more food.
His kids a little portly. Yes, I think the aliens are to blame for that. But it is psychotic that Corey promoted that movie like it was fucking Citizen Kane for 5 years, and it comes out and it's like a shitty YouTube video.
Yeah, it was like Avatar promotion.
Yeah. And then it came and went. There's like 20 reviews on it. No one watched it. I think he was banking on that to kind of rescue him.
17 of those reviews are Sphere Bean Alliance and its associates.
Well, he did on, he has like a private Telegram group. And after we did our episode saying that the reviews were abysmal, he posted the next morning requesting more reviews from his light warriors.
So I got another story for you guys. I was at a conference, not this Arcturus Raw guy, but there's another kind of like Bashar. You guys know who Bashar is? The guy that channels.
I love him. We know who Bashar is. Bashar
Hello,
is our
good morning,
guy,
this
dude.
afternoon, this moment of what you call time.
Greetings and salutations. Let me throw up a blood sign.
He's doing the blood gang sign.
What's the bracket, everybody?
So this was kind of surreal. There was a guy like him. He's pretty famous, and he's not, I don't think he's Arab, but he dresses in like Saudi Arabian kind of clothing.
Excellent.
We're inside the Luxor. So we're inside a casino, and he's dressed like he's in the middle of, like, I mean, Vegas is the desert, but he's dressed like he's outside.
Right.
So I got invited to go to the VIP thing, and I go to the VIP thing, and this guy who's like, you know, humble and namaste, and his hands are together. He's always like humble, namaste, namaste. And he goes, it's so ridiculous. We go to this private event, and I don't really dance. Like I said, I'm a downer. I don't dance. I don't really drink. I don't do any of that. So I'm sitting in the back just watching this. And this guy comes in. He's dressed like a Saudi Arabian prince. And he comes in and he starts grinding up on women. And he's like gyrating.
Hell yeah,
on
dude.
women.
Yo, that's fucking dude. Did you first of all, being dressed Arab at the Luxor, probably a good place to do it.
While being a white guy, potentially.
If you walked around the Luxor just trying to dress like an Arabic prince, you could probably get into some pretty cool places.
There's a part of me that respects these people so much, because whatever thing that gives normal people shame, they just does not exist for them.
Yeah,
they have no shame and a giant ego, because they'll dress like the genie from Aladdin and go grind on women in the Luxor.
They're spiritually Indian. They don't get it.
Yes, they're very, very horny and aggressive.
Well, what this tells us is, if you guys want to get in this game, if you guys want to get on the lecture circuit, you gotta dress weird. You gotta claim to be some god or some goddess that everybody knows, and you gotta make up crazy shit. I think these guys have given us a model of how to make money and how to live like a rock star without actually being a rock star. So we can learn from them, and they can also teach us how to avoid paying our taxes for 12, 13 years.
Yeah. Now, eventually that catches up to you.
Yeah, that does have some downside.
Yeah, a good decade out of it, though.
Yeah,
I would just put on my fucking do-rag and I'd go be the Wigger God, and I would fucking talk to Ebonics to all these fucking white people, and they'd have no idea what I was saying.
I really enjoyed, there's that JP guy who I think finally did a face reveal, but for like 3 years he was just wearing like a paintball helmet. He was
the Mexican?
Yeah, he got
Puerto
upset.
Rican, excuse me.
Yes, he got upset at us because I think we called him a space Mexican, and he commented, he's like, I'm actually Puerto Rican. It's very important.
Very different. Very different.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
But I had some time ago, I had toyed with the idea of just creating a second YouTube channel to just try and do like the Corey and David thing and just see what happens with it.
I think Stephen Cambion used to do some stuff like that, right? He used to have I think he interviewed some draconian reptilian alien. He had like a reptilian mask. That kind of stuff. You guys should do that.
What was the name of his character? He had a character name for that too.
Who?
Steven. He used
to. Was it Dax or something? Something with a D, maybe.
That was something. He used to wear the alien mask before David did Galian.
That's pretty funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to do that. I think he has like a joke, like a really comical Joker mask, and I think that's his David Wilcock mask. It's like it's a very Halloween, like a very angry looking mask, David Wilcock mask. But you guys should do that.
That mask, I know what you're talking about now. That's in Corey's Red Torch document, the document he had the cyber investigators look into everyone.
Oh, right, yes.
That mask is in there in the section about Steven, because it said he was trying to be demonic or something, like he was doing a demonic ritual.
He was doing demonism, dude.
Yes. Yeah. So it was, I think in the report, like one of the things they noted is like, this is a very scary mask. This is not your run-of-the-mill mask. This is very spooky.
Yeah, this spooked me.
Yeah, this is someone should arrest him.
He put that in the paperwork that this was like a really scary mask, and that added to the harassment.
It is the whole report. If you haven't read through it, is very funny. because the investigator writing it like clearly knows they don't have any evidence of this grand conspiracy, but he tries to like bend and twist very minor things into, you know, if someone said something vaguely threatening, they'd be like, this isn't a direct threat, but imagine if it was a direct threat, then what would we do?
Imagine if you were a pussy.
Yeah.
Then this is a threat.
Imagine if you were a coward with fat children and an ugly wife. What would this do?
What would it do to you then? Didn't think of that, did you, buddy?
How do you guys get all these documents, by the way? Is this from like John supply some of these, or do you guys go do your own research?
We get them from the former deputy director, Dan Bongino.
Dan Bongino.
He supplies us with everything that we get.
For the most part, I just get sent these things. Like a person with a disposable email. I have no idea who they are. They just sent me the stuff.
We have sources.
Yes, inside sources.
Okay, you guys inside sources. You can't reveal those sources.
Yeah, like Deep Throat.
Yeah. Well, he does deep throat.
Yeah.
Occasionally. We got paid to Piper.
Yes. Him and Greer were hanging out of contact in the desert.
Well, that is Stephen Greer's pseudonym.
Yes, Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
Yes, Stephen Greer. He's got insiders. Big muscle.
Yeah, well, it's CE 5 inches.
Yeah,
what they call it.
They're inside him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you think, if you have to rank these guys, who do you think's the craziest of all of them? I think
David,
it's like
by a country mile, it is David.
I think it's David. I kind of had a weird perspective on David, which is, I know a lot of people say he's like grifting, but I actually think he's genuinely like fucking insane, and
I think
really
he
believes this.
I think he's one of the only people telling the truth.
Yes, I think he's relaying reality as he genuinely perceives it, which I think Corey is just fucking lying. But David, he's like upper echelon crazy because he's fully pot committed to this stuff.
He's ruined his life.
Yes.
Well, it's got to be, he's either certifiably crazy or it's just like a narcissistic ego thing where he can't admit that he's wrong. I think he knows that that's where I struggle. I think he's insane, but then half of me thinks like, I don't know, because he clearly is slightly aware that it's bullshit because he's back down on the Michael prophecies. He's like, maybe the stuff, when he talks to people in the chat, he's like, I don't know about that. That's actually a little bit too crazy for me. So it's like part of him's aware and part of him's not aware.
I think that piece has really kind of picked up because you're right. He does seem to be displaying some sort of like self-awareness in the last maybe 4 or 5 weeks, which I've never seen him do before.
He does kind of do that like once every 7 years or so.
I think he snaps out of the fugue state and then realizes what he's done to his life, and he just disassociates.
He reaches a certain criticality of wrongness, and then it starts really kicking in, and then he freaks out and has to flip the script.
Then he's got to go get high.
Yeah.
Then the whole cycle repeats again.
Yeah. He's just Towley is all he is. That's really, it's just Towley.
You guys, you got one camera angle here. I'm wondering why you don't have 6.
7, by the way, 7 cinematic camera.
6 would be for poor people, first of all.
Yeah. So I have always appreciated David's commitment to having cameras all around him, because I do enjoy watching him just pointlessly spin in a circle while he's doing his show. He just has to keep turning, and now that he's the one running the camera, it's like very awkward for him to do it.
Just camera angles that add nothing.
He could have saved $40,000 on cameras. He could have had 2 would have been fine, a close-up in the far out or something, but no, 7 cinematic cameras.
Only the finest for Dave.
The only thing those things have served to do recently is show his increasing bald spot on the back of his head.
It is growing.
It's growing dramatically.
$40,000 to show people that you're losing your hair because of stress.
Well, once again, this is why he's going to be a Hall of Fame lolcow, because I don't think there's ever been a lolcow who spent that much money to prove he's fucking balding.
Yes, he had all the money. He really fucked himself. And there's no one else who has spent $2 million trying to hover.
Yeah,
I don't know a single other person who's done something so stupid.
Who has gone 1.5 in the hole to the IRS trying to build hover cars?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think in keeping with this sort of like Camus absurdism, the only way this whole cycle can be completed is if he joins our side of the like I think, and maybe this is my ego, I think we can fix him. I think we can really get that train back on the tracks.
It would be
an honor.
It would be a seismic shift in the community. Let's just put it that way.
You could do like a Tom Brady thing. He's won all these Super Bowls. He's kind of at the end of his career, but one more time with the Bucs.
Yeah.
And you can win another Super Bowl. I think
Come
he can
over
do
to
it. I agree
Tampa.
with you guys.
Come over to Tampa, buddy. We're going to run it back one more time.
Knowing David, though, he would allow us to help him get his career back on track and even use that money to sue us.
Just like Tom Brady's wife left him.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's wife left him.
That's true.
David's wife left him. There you go.
Beth is getting fucked by a jujitsu instructor.
Yeah, dude. He fucking rolled one too many times, and now she left.
Got him with the old arm bar.
I'm sure you guys saw that video when the police went to his house, David's house. They went to his house to do like a wellness check on his dog. And the sheriff's like, I'm going to have to watch this Ancient Aliens or something like that because this guy clearly is doing very well.
Yes, at the very, I think it's the very end of the video. They kind of, or no, the beginning of the video is when they say like he's doing well on Ancient Aliens because they're looking at his house. But that,
little do they know,
that was really, I think, the start point of this particular sort of spiral he has found himself
in. Arc, yes, this arc. Yeah.
When that video came out, I think he was sort of, it might have been the first time his audience was forced to confront the incredible difference between how he portrayed that event and what the event actually was. Because to hear him tell it, it was a swatting, like armed officers came up and kicked it. Yeah, that's what he called it.
Yeah, that's what he calls it.
He called it a swatting. And then when you see the video, it's just some sort of
it's two fat lesbians being like, "Hey, are you here, Mr. Wilcox?"
It's two chubby animal control officers just knocking lightly on his door and leaving the car. That was it. That was the entire thing.
Yeah. Plus, I think that you listen to that video, or rather, I think, well, there's a video of it, but you've listened to that audio of him calling 911 to have his smoke detector batteries changed.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I said, when I first heard that, I said, wouldn't it would be some shit if someone was like, just imagine, like someone's in a car wreck, they need the jaws of life, and the fire department is fixing this guy's smoke detector, and then his store burns down. And I just can't help but think the fire department was changing his batteries, and his grocery store's burning down. They couldn't show up to save it.
David got very sensitive about that after that audio came out because someone, David brags. He says he has 180 IQ, which I think you can divide that by about 10.
0.180.
Yes, he moved the decimal in the wrong space. But someone had asked him, it was like, if you have a 180 IQ, how come you had to call the fire department to change batteries? And he tried to explain. He was like, no, that's the 180 IQ is why I called the fire department, because I know they'll be better at changing these batteries.
Honestly, it is brilliant. I pay so much in taxes.
Yeah.
I should literally be able to call the fire department and the police department for literally anything.
It really shows his ego, like, especially, and then there was the animal control call too, where every person he talks to, he just brings up Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, well, he needs them to know.
Yes, he'll be talking about his dog dying. He's like, I'm super fucking famous.
You're not going to.
First of all, I'm actually very famous. Second of all, I need you to change my batteries.
Do you read the New York Times?
100 episodes of, I was on 100 episodes of Ancient Aliens. It's syndicated.
Yeah. Do you have a little thing called the History Channel, buddy?
He, I think, brings that up to like literally every person he talks to.
Ironically, he used to bring it up more.
Yeah, I think he kind of realizes now that there's some distance it doesn't quite have.
That and the New York Times bestseller, I think he kind of realized, I can't keep bringing that up.
Well, after Awakening in the Dream, which I think was number 10 in the Dream category on Amazon.
Yeah, it did not do
Which
good.
probably means it sold like 30 copies.
A horrific book.
He did say, I think the deep state prevented it from charting, which I don't quite think that's the case.
Good bit.
Yes.
Well, he also accused the deep this is one of my top 10, when he accused the deep state of making him so nervous that he grinded his teeth down and had to get those fake teeth veneers put in.
Has he said that? Because
he said that. Oh yeah, I did a whole show called David Wilcox Veneers. And it was about the whole episode. Yeah, he said that the deep state made him grind his teeth down, and that's why he loves percentages too, because when he did that, I think he said something like, when I was in the dentist chair, it was 800% more painful than anything I ever experienced.
It's always the worst or best of anything with him. But I'm kind of surprised by that because more recently, within maybe the last year or so, he said the reason he had to get the veneers is when his mother was delivering him, they had to like
the forceps, right?
They had to yank him out with forceps. And I guess the midwife or whatever kind of fucked up with the forceps and crushed his teeth.
Wait, he said that on a recent stream?
Yeah, within the last couple months.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I've got the audio here on my hard drive. I was going to pull it up where he says the deep state made him grind his teeth down.
That would be fun to kind of do a comparison of that. Maybe
what
put
a
that
great
in the video.
excuse for needing veneers.
Again, he can't take accountability for anything.
No.
The reason he needed those teeth is because he's super fucking vain, and he's very sensitive about his appearance, but he can't tell the audience that.
Well, the Archangel Michael said you got to look hot.
Yeah, you got to be sexy.
You got to be sexy.
You got to get the fake teeth. I'm surprised he doesn't have hair plugs.
We're getting there. I don't think he can afford it, unfortunately.
I think that's
probably
the
the issue.
Yeah.
I do think he might have gotten them at some point because there is kind of a little bit of a difference. Once that ancient alien money was really hitting, his hairline got a little bit straighter, I think.
Yeah, I think if he had the money, he would 100% be getting hair plugs right now.
Which is weird because like he's asexual, so I don't even get the point of him
you
trying
can still
to
be
look
fabulous and not have someone touch your penis.
Yeah, I guess he's like
you
a queen.
You can still be closeted and want to slay, but not put out.
Yeah, he's RuPaul's Drag Race.
He's what they call a tease.
Yes.
I think he's upset at you guys for calling him gay, isn't he?
He did seem to be a bit peeved by that in a stream, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. At this point where he had brought up all the things that people were saying about him and then just kind of tacked on at the end, like, I'm a grifter, I'm a con artist. They also say I'm a homosexual.
Yeah. Well, there's also our Twitter banner, which is when he got mad.
Yeah.
When he got mad that we made fun of him for getting raped in his dream world.
Yeah, so there are two things. He made two slides on his show, which was no one has ever mocked me for being raped before.
Yeah.
And these are the most demonic insults I've ever received, which is like a real feather in the cap.
Thank you.
The one video he was talking about being made into a banana sandwich, I remember he said, like, you feel sorry for him for a split second where he's like, they were making fun of me. Because I had these superpowers.
Yeah, special abilities.
Well, that's why he's at the top of the crazy list, because he's crying about that. He's genuinely having a meltdown because he thought he got molested in his dream world.
You got to take a day off if you get turned into a sandwich. I mean,
you got to take some time off.
Got to take some time off, dude.
But the special abilities thing, that is something he's used repeatedly throughout his life where there have been times he said like the reason he didn't have friends growing up is because he was so psychic.
Yes.
And they would play this game where someone would take like a deck of cards and go around the corner and pick a random card. And David was so psychic, he'd be able to 100% guess the card. And that freaked everyone out. So they didn't want to hang out with him instead of just realizing he was probably a really weird fucking kid. And no one wanted to hang out with him.
You're Edgar Casey, aren't you?
Yeah, dude. He's Rudolph the red-assed reindeer. Nobody wants to let him play any fucking games.
Yes.
I've got the clip for you guys. All right, I'm going to play it for you. It's called. You should see my archive. This archive is just titled "Teeth." It's just clips of him talking about his teeth. All right, here we go. I think it's 2 minutes. I'm going to play this. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but I'll forward ahead if it takes a second to get there. Well, actually, it's not coming through the computer. Hold on 1 second. While I'm doing this, let me bring in my co-host. He just popped into the chat. He's a big fan of you guys too. Mike D. Mike, you are on the air. Are you there?
Looking black as hell, Mike.
Yes, very.
Hi, fellas. How you doing? Hello.
Is that a fella?
It's Tranma.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Okay.
Oh, dude, I thought I was misgendering someone for a minute there, and I was going to feel real bad about it.
I felt very confused about it.
I was going to say, sir, I don't know what you're protesting ICE for, but I hope they don't shoot you in the face.
I was trying to do my my chat to David Wilcox, like his chat audience, like that's how I figured some of these people talk. Like, David, put the wind resistant blankets on your windows to stop the wind.
The Jewish grandmother voice. Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sort of like someone who would give you a Werther's original, one of those types of old people
who somehow have a ton of money to give away.
I think it's because their husbands are dead and they just receive money for doing nothing. It's the only thing that makes sense.
So cool, man. It rules.
$300, $200 donations for saying
It's awesome.
nothing.
I can't even be mad at him anymore.
No, it's wildly impressive to again be just so he's kind of like unable to function in society, and yet he has found this way to get even bigger rubes than he to send him money. It's like a pyramid scheme of some variety.
It's awesome. Well done, honestly.
Yeah.
Well done, dude.
I guess it is literally a pyramid scheme because he talks about the pyramid so much.
Fire in the middle.
Yes, fire in the middle.
All right, I'm going to play this veneers clip.
So there's a whole bunch of settings that we have to do here in order to get it to work right. We didn't understand that, so it took a little time to get started. But now
This was like 7 years ago, too, by the way. So every one of his things, it's audio issues. He's going to take a few minutes to get started.
Oh, it's a nightmare now.
He was just doing this in the episode we watched earlier.
He did it for most of it.
This file, when was this file recorded? This was this was 2019, early 2019.
A good vintage. A good vintage of
That was a
David.
good year.
Yeah.
I also did not want to do this broadcast yet because I
There
have
it is.
temporary veneers on, and that means that my teeth are in the process of being overhauled. And so right now I have the cheap and fake looking veneers on before the good ones come. So before all the haters get started, I was thinking about not doing any camera work until this was fixed, but we are working on it anyway because of the timing of our launch and the delay of these veneers. Now you have to understand, if you take on the ball like I do, it causes a lot of anxiety. And one of the things that actually happened when I went to the dentist was I found out that I had chewed all the enamel off of my molars on both sides of my mouth, but particularly over here. And you can
Not the
see that in
enamel.
podcasts because
So anyway, you hear him say, when you take on the... Here, I'll play it again.
if you take on the cabal like I do,
Take on the cabal like I do. You grind your teeth down. You chew your enamel away.
Yes, or he says it enamel.
You think Jesus complained? He's like, yo, these fucking Pharisees, I'm chewing my teeth down, dealing with
Jesus
these
had
people.
I think he was up on the cross bitching about tech issues.
That's why
he was trying to get his wife to switch the camera.
Father, forgive them. They don't know they're muted.
Camera 2. Camera 2.
He's getting stabbed in the side by a Roman soldier. He's like, the audio's not working.
Setting bunny.
I watched you guys when some of your original stuff when you had you were kind of sitting back more relaxed. You had like you were on stage at the microphone without the arm, and you were watching some of those old videos where he's got like the pink or the red filter on the video. See, those are really good days. Those were the days when I remember Mike is our co-host on occasion. We've been doing this since like 2015, talking about David and all these people. And I remember there was an episode where he's talking to Elizabeth. Yeah, he used to yell at her and, say some shit. He'd tell her on the live stream. There's one where he told her to go get the crystal Merkaba from the porch, and she brings back the wrong Merkaba. I don't know if you guys remember that. And he screams at her, "That's not the right Merkaba. Get the other one."
He treated her like shit.
No, I'm with David. That woman ruined everything. It is her fault.
She fucked up the vibe.
Yeah, foids, dude. All these foids ruining everything.
He was talking, 1 second it's love and light, and the next second he's like yelling at her. And we were just like, what is going on here with this dude?
Well, it's the appearance of love and light, but literally anytime even the slightest thing goes wrong, you see the real David kind of come out. Like in going back to the smoke detector call, he kind of got, you could see it a little bit. He kind of got a bit nippy with that woman because she's like, oh, we don't send the fucking fire department to change smoke batteries. And he like upped it a level. It was like, what the fuck do you mean? You've done it every time before.
He's kind of like Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes, a cunt.
Yeah.
I think he said that he can't. He's like, it's literally so bad I can't live in my house.
He said he was going to leave. Yes, he was going to flee the house because the smoke detector beeped every 30 seconds or something.
I think
at least we know he's not black.
He said he was going to kill himself. I think it makes you want to kill yourself.
He did say that. The other thing, I think the real reason he freaked out is he thought the beeping was a bomb that had been planted in his house. And that's why he made the fire department. He said he was like hiding in a room, kind of, I think, crying And then when they showed up, they had to go hunt for the bomb, which turned out to, be a smoke detector.
It happens.
Jesus Christ. So, Mike, we've got about 30 minutes left. Do you have any comments or questions?
Have you guys? Do you guys know the Bashir Daryl?
Oh yeah, we already talked about that a little bit. Yeah.
We know Bashar.
Yeah, we haven't done many episodes on him, but he is a very. I always appreciate anyone who's willing to do the thing in front of the audience, because a lot of these psychics, they don't be psychic publicly.
They don't commit.
Yes, and I always appreciate Daryl's kind of willingness to anytime, any place, he does a stupid breathing technique and then throws up his set and he gets to be in an alien.
Well, and it's just really funny that his alien is like an improv comic.
Yes.
That's the funniest alien to channel.
Do you guys know Jay-Z Knight too?
Jay-Z Knight.
Is he signed to Rockefeller?
He's on Rockefeller. It was him and Dipson.
I think so. No. Jay-Z Knight is a con artist from the Pacific Northwest, and she channels a deity named Ramtha, who's like a 35,000-year-old Atlantean warrior, or like an alien warrior. But she's been around. She made millions, and then I think kind of retired from it. She had celebrities up at her ranch in the Pacific Northwest. I don't think it was too far from ESETI, which, by the way, I'm banned from. But she was up there and scamming people back in like the 90s, I think it was. But she was one of the original channel scammers. You should look into her. That's a fun
there's
one.
not a lot of channeling floating around anymore. I think that kind of it seemed like there was a heyday of it somewhere in the 70s or 80s.
I would have to see what she looks like before I pass judgment.
Yes, I need a few headshots.
I have a very strict way for how I judge the women in this area.
Because then you end up with someone like a Marina Seren, who is very attractive.
My girl.
A literal Nazi.
And?
That woman she's a
thought.
foot model. She's a foot model. She does like foot band stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of
she does a lot.
More than that.
She does a lot. She does a lot. And God bless her.
There's some jobs involved, some foot jobs.
Yes.
Amen,
it's
brother.
what the superior race wanted. That's what Hitler wanted.
That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about.
It's to sell pussy pictures on Twitter. That's what the Fuhrer fought for.
Amen, brother.
Get
Amen.
up there and sell some whole.
So you got her and you got Elizabeth. Elizabeth famously did the cucumber video.
Oh,
she did.
Yeah, did you guys watch this? The whole thing, or?
Of course, I watched all. Look,
we're journalists.
Yeah, one thing you know about me is I do the research.
We're kind of like CNN, when you think about it, is we are investigative.
I'm Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
And by that I mean a Vanderbilt. But I watched, there's 3 videos. The cucumber is, of course, the one that gets the most publicity, which probably rightfully so. But there's a breast massage video where they just kind of sit there and rub their tits.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then there's
that much research.
There's a yoni cleanse where they shove rocks up her, and I think it sounds very uncomfortable, but apparently it's spiritual to
those Sedona charged Sedona red rocks. I'd assume probably
something. I'm sure there's a reason they do it.
Yeah, whatever. Toots.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are here to do the research I don't have time to do. So I salute you for watching those videos.
We're patriots.
Yes. Do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of that phone call from David Wilcock. I just found the clip of it. We got to listen to that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That away.
So in the past, what have you done?
So I have a smoke alarm that's beeping every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That makes you want to kill yourself.
And in the past,
I'm sorry.
Psychotic.
He's honestly lucky they didn't do like a wellness check. Calling the fire department, be like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself if this alarm doesn't stop beeping, usually gets you like committed.
You're right. I didn't even think of that. But yes, there should have been, sort of involuntary psych hold.
I guess only in Colorado they're like, he's probably just having a rough day.
Or it sounds like a prank. It sounds like a prank call at the very least. This woman was very calm in dealing with him.
It's driving me crazy. I've usually had the fire department come out when these things happen and get the batteries changed, and I wasn't able to find anybody who'd answer the phone until I called this number. So thank you for answering.
okay.
Okay.
So in the past, What have you done?
So I have a smoke
nothing.
alarm beeping every 30 seconds.
Yes.
It makes you want to kill yourself.
And in the past, what have you done?
What I've done is called the fire department, and they come, and we use a ladder, and they crawl all the way up there with you spotting them so that it's safe.
He's spotting them, though. Don't worry. He's going to hold the ladder.
I love it's the little details that always get me with him, because you're right. The fact that he acts like he's a equal participant in this changing of the batteries.
Well, I like that she's like, "What have you done?" Be like, I called the fire department. I did what I'm doing right now. What do you mean? Yeah, I called you, and I said, "Come fix it."
But he is a child holding daddy's wrench.
I got it.
I'm helping.
Yeah.
He's going to hold the ladder for the real men to go change those double A's.
Oh, no, I'm naked, guys. Hold on.
All the way up there with me spotting.
He probably just wants to look at firefighters. Probably the real reason.
Absolutely.
Called the fire department, and they come, and we use a ladder, and they crawl all the way up there with me spotting them so that it's safe.
Okay.
So you can change the battery.
What is your address?
They edit that out here.
Okay, one moment. With that?
Code they should probably have too.
He's got. I forget he's got gate codes
Bad
too.
Situation with how noisy it is and how frequent it's beeping. I
Yeah,
can't.
he's got 2 gates. 2 gates.
Yeah, 2 gates. 2 gate Dave.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking that rules.
With how noisy it is and how frequent it's beeping. I can't even live in my house like this. So it is very serious. Well, I have no other way to.
This isn't something we usually.
Be coming here?
I will tone them out. This isn't something we usually tone out the fire department for. So.
Well, I have no other way to fix it, and it is a very, very intense, bad situation with how noisy it is and how frequent it's beeping. I can't even live in my house like this.
I can't live in my $2 million house with heated floors.
Yeah, so he couldn't go in just a different room or put on headphones. I'm going to burn it down.
Or take the batteries out.
That's like he did. Couldn't you just take a broom and knock it off the ceiling or something?
Yeah. There's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you guys ever watched that, where Larry David he can't figure out which one's beeping, so he just takes a broom and just beats the shit out of all of them and knocks them all off the wall. You could at least do that.
That's a logical thing to do.
So it is very serious.
Okay. Yeah. When people usually call with these, we ask that they call like a handyman or someone else who might have a ladder.
Well, this is the third time I've called the fire department. You guys never had any issue with it before or told me that it was a problem. It's the first time anybody's given me pushback.
Okay. All right. I'll tone them out. Oh.
It's just every time I think it can't get crazier or more wild, he just says, hold my beer, and he does it. It's crazy.
The ego to just whatever is, I call it the David-centric model of the universe, which is just literally everything revolves around him. Because to him, it's like this beeping is upsetting me, and I'm the main character of the universe. So I have to use whatever means are within my ability to get this beeping to stop, and that includes using emergency services.
Well, I mean, it's the fire alarm. You're the fire department. Who do you suggest I call about it?
I bet Stephen Greer probably has the fire department come over and change his batteries too.
Oh, I think they dance for him a few times a week.
I bet he has their personal numbers.
Yeah, he
doesn't even call the line.
He installed the poles in his garage.
Yeah, he said, "They got a hot toddy for you, buddy."
They just live above his garage, slide down the pole right into his living room.
Yeah, where's the fire? In my ass, officer.
What was his gay sex name? DC Muzzle Wolf.
DC Muscle Wolf.
The DC Muzzle Wolf.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sucking and fucking.
But he wasn't into bossy gay guys. He did define that. He was like, no fucking bossy, dude.
He's the man. He's the man.
He did kind of make that clear. No drugs. He was very clear on that either. No methamphetamine, no bossy bottoms. Just a guy who wants to suck and fuck.
Good old sucking and
What kind of doctor was he? Was he like, what was he, an ER doctor or a proctologist?
Yeah.
What was he?
A little bit of both.
That's more of a hobby.
Yeah, he was. He did do ER, but I imagine
he did that pro bono
in the proctology.
Yeah, he worked in the erection room.
Yes.
Emergency erection. Your ER is short for erection, probably.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you haven't said much. Are you still there?
I am here. I'm just listening and laughing.
Yeah, so I know we've got about 20 or so minutes left here for the show. I appreciate you guys stopping by and doing the show with me. I'd love to have you back again at some point. I got to tell you, I don't listen. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have a big ego, but I'm going to pat myself on the back. I don't listen to a lot of radio shows because I just don't have time, and I feel like there's not much out there that can impress me. But you guys impress me. I have never laughed so much, even watching stand-up comedy, than I have watching your show. So I give you a big round of applause, a big salute. Like I was making dinner the other night, and I had the show on, and I was tasting some soup I made, and I literally spit it out of my mouth. So thank you for all the laughs.
Well, we are so humble that I'll say you're exactly right.
Yeah,
everything you just said was right on the. In fact, you might have been a little too humble in how you were describing it.
Oh, yes, we'll take the David route here.
Yeah. We're the Jesus of comedy.
We're the funniest people ever.
Yeah.
And everyone should send us money. And if you don't send us money, you're going to burn in fucking hell.
You're going to die is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're killing, but you're going to die if you don't give us money.
You guys need to make it out to a conference. Since I'm overseas, it's a little harder for me, but I'm trying to get to contact. It's in, May or June, I think. So if you guys should talk to them about getting a press pass and getting out there.
I think it might be time. It might be time we finally try.
I personally think they would love us.
Yes.
I in my mind, we show up and everybody thinks we're cool as hell.
Yes, we both are kind of the yin and yang here because he has been pushing to do that. And I just imagine all these people have to fucking hate us.
Oh, no, I think we'd show up and be like, yo, Corey, you're fucking gay, right, dude? He'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking gay. Fucking fist bump. I'd be like, hell yeah, bro. And then I'd be going up to every woman there. I'd be like, I'm work for Dan Bongino. And then I'd go have sex with them.
That Mars Medal of Honor, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd be like, have you slept with a god, sweetheart?
Have you heard of electricity? Yeah. I invented it. I'm Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla.
I'm from the future.
That's like Benjamin Fulford saying that he knew the president of karate or whatever.
Isn't he the master of karate in Japan?
Shotoween Daikaku.
Our guy.
Shotoween's in Japan. You should try and talk to him.
Shotoween's pretty fucking cool because he does not like condoms.
No, he has like 27 children or something.
He hates condoms.
But Benjamin Fulford, just because you brought him up, I do really, really love Benjamin Fulford.
He's pretty cool.
Because he's kind of like quietly, he's probably about as crazy as David.
I also just assume he actually has a ton of money.
For some reason, it does kind of, it's probably because he wears like leopard print shirts and he's just sweating a lot.
There's just something about crazy guys who understand weird financial shit that they have like ways that you're like, oh, that guy's worth $5 million.
He's eccentric.
Yeah. Like he probably has like $10 million in silver or something.
You guys know why he's got all that money. It's because he was given General Electric. They just gave him the company. Right?
Is that what he says?
Yeah. It was General Electric from what I remember. We did that one with David with him.
Oh, yes.
A little while ago.
He was also like the president of like CNN or something. They were offering
Journalist Association or something. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
That's a great title. Just put that in front of anything. I'm the president of conspiracies.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if they made us MC of the conference and just let us, the guy with the mic at the And One basketball games. If they just the guy who's commentating.
Okay.
If they just let us walk around the conference doing that, that'd be really fucking fun.
Listen, I've got the contact. I will set you guys up with the media contact, okay? Or I will email them with your info if you send me your email. And we'll try to set that up. We'll get you the press pass. And maybe what we can do is, like, if I can come to this thing, I would love for my friend Mike D to come too. He's been wanting to do the same thing, get a video, and I was going to go around and interview people.
Right.
Run camera. We could do a little production there. This would be fantastic.
I think I'm going to change my gimmick though. I'm going to be like a First Amendment auditor and go around and just get in people's faces and just film with a mask on and not say anything. So they try to fight me.
If you guys are serious, I got the contacts. I'll set it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot.
Do I get to do coke with people? Is that
yes? Well, you have to do it. I can't.
Well, you'll just document.
Yeah, right.
Someone has to run cams while I'm on the camera.
I'll bring the Narcan.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna You got to bring a little bit extra money because they got some wild shit for sale at these conferences. What we saw 2 years ago, someone, I'm not joking, this is not an exaggeration, someone was literally selling water and sand from Atlantis.
Hell
and it
yeah,
was like
dude.
$45 a bottle.
That's
So I mean, at the very
bargain.
least, just get a table and sell some crazy shit like that, and you'll clean up.
That would be fun.
I mean, it's the best audience to sell things.
We'll
to.
steal Emery's bitch and we'll sell sex water at the
I'm gonna go haggle for women.
Yes, well, that's what we do with the
I'm just
sex
gonna
water.
start walking up to him and be like, $200.
I think that's how we start the hidden in plain sight harem. Is we go to one of these events, we
There you go.
That's
slowly
your
build it up,
OnlyFans page.
and then we get a compound in Texas.
Waco's open, I hear.
Waco's got it's been open for a few years at this
They
point.
got a vacancy as long as you don't have any weird sawed-off shotguns.
Yeah, we can be Perry Koresh.
Yeah.
No, I think Ryan. I think you should do like a celebrity boxing match against Jordan Sather there. I think that would draw.
That would be fun.
You know that there's a guy named David. What's his name? David Sahid or Farid. You guys know who does this 5D conference? You know who he is?
No.
Sounds foreign.
It's foreign. He's I think he's Muslim. He's very popular in this community, and he does these conferences that are just a total scam. So, long story short, someone had said you should go to and speak at one of his conferences, and I said, yeah, sure, set it up. So this guy calls me on the phone, and he's got a real strong accent. It's real shady. It's really shady, and he's like, "So you send me $500 and you come speak." And I said, I'm sorry, I don't pay to speak. You pay me to speak. You pay me to speak. But if you want to study somebody that can pick up women at conferences, this guy is the master. He only has like the most attractive women come to his event, and he'll only take pictures with the most attractive women. So if there's like a hot woman, he's got his arm on her taking pictures. But if some old lady comes up and's like, "Can I get a picture with you?" It's just like she's over there, you know, and she's over here for the picture. But he's
You got to protect the image.
That's exactly what I would be doing. I would literally be doing that.
I think this sounds like a good fit.
Yeah. He's. I think this guy's doing it right.
You should start like faking a Persian accent too,
dude. I'll be Patrick Bet David.
Yes, yes.
I'll fucking offer these bitches rides on my rug.
Yeah, we're the president of Valuetainment.
Do you know about Minette.com?
Yeah. Do you know about my real estate scam?
You know, I actually have a picture here. I kind of wanted to show you guys. There's a woman who you probably would enjoy this. There's a woman who does energy cleansing. And I saw her at I think it was the same 5D conference, or it might be 60. I don't know if they ascended yet. It's 5 or 6. It's one of the two. But at this conference, this woman is sitting here in a chair, and these guys are coming up to her, and they're getting an energy cleanse. And she literally puts her foot on their dick, and then just like moves her foot, and then has her arms in the air like this. And it's just, that's all that these conferences are. There's people that there's somebody that had a lawn chair. You know, there's like $20 really cheap CVS back vibrators you can get. They vibrate like your massagers. Someone had one of it was like a CVS one. It was set up in a lawn chair, and they had a CG video of blood flowing, and you pay this money to sit down in the lawn chair, and it will cleanse your blood. It's like it's literally
you got to remove the toxins. It's always the toxins. You got to get them out of your body.
Oh, sweetheart, I have a proprietary method for cleaning those toxins out.
Yeah, deep cleanse.
We're gonna need to go back to my hotel room though. I can't let anybody get in on this IP.
A deep 3-inch cleanse if you catch my drift.
I think the laziest scam, if you guys are really lazy, the laziest one is when I saw a woman do this or have it done to her. Some guy just screamed in her face. I swear to God, she just sat there. He screamed at her, just yelling to the top of his lungs in this hotel lobby. And then he's done screaming at her. He's like, "How do you feel?" She's like, I think I can kind of feel it. He's like, "Okay, that'll be $200." And she literally wrote this guy a fucking check.
Dude, he Gary Spivey'd her. He fucking Gary Spivey'd that lady.
We gotta hang out with these people. I've never been around like one of these people.
We need to take advantage of these people. What are we doing?
Look at Gary Spivey in there.
Dude, there's a whole third. Oh, fuck yeah. There's a whole sea of rubes we're not exploiting.
Yeah.
You got to do the ESETI massage. You guys know what the ESETI massage is?
No.
So the ESETI massage. Yeah. These you guys know James Gillen, right? Are you familiar with Mr. Gillen? Yeah. Okay. So he's a very kind guy. He's very nice. He doesn't keep his audience at a distance. So I got pretty close to talking to him. I went on a panel with him at ESETI, but they'll do like these Rife machine massages. I'm sure you guys know the Rife machine story. And they bring these devices in, and there's a bunch of people in this room, and a couple of girls are in there with short pants on, and there's a couple of guys in there, fat guys, a couple, chunky guys, and they bring this device in there, and when they give it to the women, they're doing the energy healing. So this guy's touching the leg, not James, I think it was his brother, touching the leg. You feel the energy going up to the breastises and all that. And then when it comes to the fat guy, they just kind of were like, you do it.
Yeah. This is on you.
Hell yeah.
This one's you.
Hell
yeah. We can't do that.
It's so transparent. It's like there used to be, I can't remember the name. There was a cult that did, it was basically like jack off therapy. And it was kind of the same thing.
Well, what were the results?
Well, they made a bunch of money. Shockingly, guys like getting jacked off for $20.
They do. They look. Who doesn't love a good?
But they had the same thing where it was hard for them to get enough women to match the number of guys. So there'd be a room of like 18 women, but 20 guys. So 2 of the guys would have to be a pair, and then it's just like one of these guys is awkwardly energy healing another dude's penis.
One guy's having too much fun, and the other one's like, I didn't sign up for this, man.
I'm enjoying it at all.
I got the short straw. Fuck this, dude.
That's Stephen Greer, though. I think he would enjoy that probably.
Stephen Greer would be.
He's the inventor.
He's short straw, short straw, short straw.
He'll cut his own straw.
He breaks up like, you'll never believe it, but I drew the short straw again.
Every time.
Greer, it happened again.
Every time I do this, I get the short straw.
Now take your pants off.
Yeah, okay. Now, I am a professional.
Yeah, I'm a doctor. At least
I'm a doctor.
Take your pants off. This is a medical.
Present your penis. I need to see it. For medicine
I
reasons.
need to make sure it's healthy. Yeah.
So we got about 10 minutes left here, guys. I'll give you the floor. Tell me and tell the audience, if they don't know about your show, what exactly do you do? How can people find it, etc.?
Well, the show is pretty much what you just heard, which is we just kind of fuck around and make fun of all these people. We like
on Saturdays we're topical.
Yes, it is. We do one live stream a week where we talk about the news. The rest of the time it's bashing these people, but they can find us Hidden in Plain Sight Radio on YouTube, because some asshole who doesn't use the channel anymore took Hidden in Plain Sight.
Yeah.
But then we're Hidden in Plain Sight on all your podcasting apps. We're also on Rumble. You can Twitter at the Hidden Pod.
Our Patreon is the best place to go because YouTube has demonetized us for quite a while.
It's the only way we can make money. Patreon.com/Hidden in Plain Sight Pod. And we also do an extra episode every single week over there.
Good stuff. If you're in Japan, have you visited any of the restaurants from Iron Chef?
No, I have not. I keep it a little cheaper than that.
We've been watching a lot of Iron Chef on the Patreon.
It may be the greatest show ever created.
It's very entertaining.
You know, OnlyFans actually has a cooking thing now, I think. Like OnlyFans TV cooking. It's the fat porn stars who don't do porn anymore. Now they're cooking.
Well, I do want the fat ones teaching me how to cook.
It makes sense, but that's like the last thing. Porn and food shouldn't be mixed.
Whatever happened to the guy who fucked his food?
Oh, that fella. Someone else we talked about, I think, on the Patreon at some point. But yes, there used to be a guy who would fuck various foods and then rate them. Pizzas, cakes, I think,
spaghetti,
muffins. He is retired from the food fucking business.
No, he did. He hung up his jersey.
Yeah, it's in the rafters.
Put it in the rafters, dude.
When I saw that OnlyFans food network kind of a thing, I thought, oh my God, this is kind of like with David Wilcock when he got on a live stream and he said, I really need money, guys. Do you guys think that you would buy meditation tapes if I sold them? And it's kind of like that with the OnlyFans girls. They're like, I'm kind of fat. I'm retired. People don't want to fuck me anymore. But if I cook some food for you, will you pay me?
Yes,
It's
if I make
very
chicken
desperate.
Alfredo.
I would pay you to put your clothes back on, Toots.
That may be the real move. David still sells those meditations, by the way, for like $30 on his website. You can get like the Las Vegas meditation, the Atlanta meditation.
Yeah, they're like mixtapes.
And the raw thing is so bad. You guys, I know you've had to have listened to his raw channeling. This is raw.
Oh,
It's so bad.
He speaks very slowly when he channels.
I think he needs to get back into music.
He needs something. He's got to do something that is not what he is presently doing. It's the only way to sort of resurrect his career. I think he should start doing live readings or live channelings. He should Bashar it up.
I think he should call people gay with us.
We'll get him on the show. Yes.
I think he'd have a lot of fun.
My real thing for him is someone is going to make the money. It's either going to be Corey Good or David Wilcock. One of them's got to throw the other one under the bus and do a tell-all interview.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree with you.
That's
I
what
think
we said. He said he could turn it around completely if he comes clean and throw someone underneath the bus for sure.
Yeah, I think if clean slate, David talks about how Corey made everything up, and I think he wins back a lot of goodwill.
So I've got another clip for you guys. I think this is top 3 for me for conspiracies for David Wilcock. It's the gas siphoning clip. Do you know about this one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this is, well, since you've heard it, I know the audience probably has heard it too, but let's see if I can find it here on my board and play this real fast.
Yes,
yeah, this is one of my favorites. What's that?
I was just going to say, this is more evidence of David not being so good at math. The number, he doesn't seem to understand the logistics of what you're about to play.
Yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to unload a truck at a gas station just to fill the tanks up. I don't think this one's going to math very well.
The cabal's plan also included that the military goes around under the guise of national security, and they literally go around and they siphon out the gas from everybody's cars in these big tankers. So you can't even drive your car.
Hell yeah, dude.
Psychotic.
I was just trying to imagine the logistics of that. Like, how many cars are just outside my house right now and having to put a siphon into each of them and take all the fuel out of it?
Good news for him, according to Google, there's only 298 million cars in the United States.
I mean, between that and replacing every plane currently functioning.
He did say Stavati would replace every plane.
He's any day now.
He dreams big. I'll give him that.
Yeah, look, David's always going to shoot for the moon.
It went from hover cars to fighter jets to a Black Friday Tomahawk missile sale.
Oh yeah, the Black Friday sale ruled.
Did you guys pick up any grenades?
We tried.
Well, I tried on stream. I called multiple times because I wanted to buy an RPG. So I think I said I wanted to take over.
You wanted to invade an African
country. Yes, I wanted to get a militia.
That is the closest I have ever come to actually calling the police on David, because someone I know, he was emailing them asking to buy dynamite, and they did no background check, and they were ready to sell this guy 2,000 pounds of dynamite. I was just, this is like, if this guy ends up being fucking Timothy McVeigh, I'm going to have blood on my hands.
Which it's crazy too, because I thought that these people were like about love and light and healing and namaste, and now they're selling weapons of war.
He got very sensitive about that too, because some of his audience pointed that out, and he had to say, like, you got to play the game to win. You got to play within the system.
Yeah.
I really thought that was fake until I think John Christian sent that to me. I couldn't believe a Black Friday sale of what did they have on? They had rockets, they had missiles, they had fighter jets.
It was everything you need to run a small army.
It was fighter jets that were selling ammunition, explosives, literally any weapon of war, which is absolutely not legal to just sell on Twitter. They were offering it.
Wow, who could have done that? Okay, easy mistake.
What's that movie War Dogs with? Is it Jonah Hill? They get that.
Jonah Hill and the guy from Top Gun Maverick. I forget his fucking name.
I've got a whole bunch of clips here. I wish we had time to play more of these. I guess we'll have to do it on the next show. One more, though. David Wilcock and his fast brain.
It is absolutely loaded with pentagrams and images of the devil and the all-seeing eye. Just everywhere. An astonishing amount of this weird symbolism, upside down crosses, upside, the Baphomet head in the pentagram.
He's explaining all of this because you don't understand it, but he does.
Right.
Look at that. Did you see that? And so of me having this really fast process.
Hold on. Rewind it.
Did you see that? And so one of the benefits of me having this really fast processing brain and in real
fastest brain in the West.
Yep. All symbolism that people normally would only get subconsciously.
Yeah, see, you dumb fuckers only get it subconsciously. I get it consciously.
And that's why he's better than us.
Yep.
Amen.
And that's why we're just idiots making fun of the world's smartest, most prophetic,
perfect man,
psychic on the internet. Well, Perry, Brandon, thank you so much for coming on. Hidden in Plain Sight. I got the links below. YouTube is not our main source of viewers and listeners. 99% of those people are in the audio archive. So the links to Hidden in Plain Sight are below. Apple, Spotify, etc. You guys also have the podcast too, right? You don't have to watch the video. You can just listen.
No, we started audio only. We switched to the video later. But yeah, we're on every podcast app.
Yep.
All right, excellent. Well, any final comments?
Thank you for having us on. It's always nice to talk shop with someone else who knows David.
It makes it all worth it.
Yes, there's very few people who have the full understanding. There's like 5 David experts in the world.
Yes.
It's nice to talk to someone else who doesn't think I'm fucking schizophrenic because I know all this shit.
Well, actually, I get a lot of people. There's 1 or 2 listeners. But there's a handful of people outside of them that really get upset when I do these shows. Oh, leave him alone. Just leave David. It's like, leave Brittany alone.
Yeah.
Never.
I actually gave him $200 last week. So
oh yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Good. Keep feeding him.
Yeah.
The hungry dog needs to eat.
You're paying for his bison.
The bison steaks. What I want to do is, I wish I had enough money to do that, because I want to see what would happen if you donated like $100, $200. But the super chat was a criticism. And like how it's like that meme where the guy's trying to decide which button to push and he's sweating real bad. Does David take the money, or does he block the person giving him the money?
We have some moderators within his moderator group. He doesn't know this, I guess he will now, but several of his moderators are people from our chat, and anything remotely negative will be blocked. I think there's no amount of money you could give them that would override. Like, if you say anything lightly critical of him, you will be banished to the shadow.
They're deep cover right now.
Yeah.
Didn't he give on one of his episodes? Didn't he give a bunch of people moderator status, and they started banning?
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. It went poorly very quickly.
Predictably poorly.
Yes.
I think they banned someone who donated money. He got very upset about that.
That's not very namaste.
No.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I would really like to have you guys back. When I ask people usually for final comments, when I'm asking, it's usually for people to give their website. Since we already did that, though, when I'm asking you guys for final comments, I guess what I'm asking for is, do you have a message to David Wilcock?
He's gay.
Fucking holler at me, player. Let's figure this out. Let's make some money, brother.
Yeah, let's team up and we can turn this ship around, David.
Let's get this paper, man.
All right, sounds good. And hey, message me. I'll get you hooked up with the press pass information. All right, if you're serious about it.
Oh, I'm dead serious about it. Now that I know what goes on, I'm fucking dead serious about it.
I'll be your contact insider in the desert. I'll hook you up with
yeah.
the scenes info. All right, sounds good. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a great night. And I think you guys have for people on YouTube, you guys have a live stream of a pre-recorded show going soon, a premiere.
Yes. 10 p.m. Central.
2.5 hours.
We will be talking about old Davy Boy.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm going to be there. Thank you guys for coming on. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
All right, bye-bye. Bye. All right, Mike, we are out of time. Thanks for jumping on for just a moment. Hope that you enjoyed the show as a listener wherever and whenever you're listening. TSTradio.info, rdgable@yahoo.com. Social media has all the links for the show. Everything that you need to know about the show is also linked up below. It's on the website. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Thank you for tuning in the chat. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're listening to this broadcast tonight. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay informed, stay healthy. I'll talk to you on the next broadcast.